High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball game as the Medfield Warriors take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans in attendance. Such actions, including taunting, trash talking, and the berating of players or officials, will not be tolerated. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for helping create a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at HHS. And now for tonight's lineups. For the Warriors. Starting at guard, number 4, junior Stephen Williams. Starting at forward, number 20, junior Christian Higgins. Starting at guard, number 3, senior Oscar Diaz. Starting at guard, number 11, senior captain Michael Marie. And starting at forward, number 23, senior captain John Lowell. The coaches for the Warriors are Herb Grace, Mike Mason, Evan Moon, and Mark Pettit. And now for your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Starting at guard, number 10, sophomore Tommy Ambersoni. Starting at forward, number 24, junior Brendan Kelly. Starting at guard, number 31, junior Ryan Kester. Starting at guard, number 32, junior Ben McKenzie. And starting at forward, number 35, senior captain Zach Sisitsky. The Hillers are managed by Cam Hutchins and coached by Tom Keene and Chris Banks. Now will you all please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
HCAM TV presents another edition of Varsity Basketball. This time, the Hopkinton Hillers, the boys team, will be hosting the Medfield Warriors. Hi, I'm Tim Hladek here with Steve Spector. And Steve, we normally do girls' games, but tonight we're going to do a little bit of a double dip.
Yeah, so Medfield evidently had an issue with their some pipes or some leaking or something in their gym, so the athletic director got together and they did a quick swap of the home games. So we have a double header. Hopefully the people listening at home are staying nice and warm and cozy, and they can put up with us for 2 games in a row, so hopefully it'll go well.
And the Hopkinton Hillers, coming into this game, have a record. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I lost my notes there for a second. Record of 2-5. They're 2-3 overall. 2-5 overall, 2-3 in the TVL, while Medfield enters the game 4-3 overall, 2-2 in the TVL. First shot of the game just trickles out of the basket. Oscar Diaz from from Medfield misses a shot, and now a loose ball foul.
Nice play by Tommy Ambersoni, bigger player from Medfield. Got tied up with the ball, and but Tommy held on for the jump ball, and the Hillers had the ball now.
Excuse me, that was not a foul. That's just the first jump ball of this contest. Ambersoni with it, fires over to McKenzie, who fires the 3, knocks it down. Ben McKenzie.
Nice.
the junior, with the first bucket of the game, and it's a three-pointer.
That's a zone breaker by Ben. Medfield with a 1-2-2 zone, and that was a nice play by Ben to hit the first three-pointer of the game.
And a pass from Medfield's Christian Higgins, knocked out of bounds from Hopkinton. Medfield retains possession, but again, nice active defense from the Hillers to start this contest. And again, this time Ben McKenzie picks off the lazy inbounds pass. He takes it the whole way.
Nice play.
Nice finish from the junior. 5 quick points from McKenzie.
It's a heck of a start. He's got a steal and a three-pointer and a beautiful layup with somebody on his back.
Now great defense from Hopkinton again. Sazitsky pokes it away.
10 seconds.
Yep, Medfield had recovered the loose ball, but it was a 10-second violation. Medfield did not get over half court, and they turn it over anyway.
It was a big game, Tim, for the Hillers to get back in the playoff hunt. They're at 2-5. It's kind of a make-or-break game to stay on pace.
McKenzie went up for the shot, had it tipped away by Stephen Williams. Goes out of bounds, stays with Medfield. Stays with Hopkinton. Pass inside to Kelly. He muscles it in, can't finish. Rebounded by Medfield. Diaz with it. Almost lost it. Tough defense. It's from Ryan Kester. Up in Diaz's face. And the tough layup, no good from Christian Higgins. Rebound.
Somebody's hurt.
Put back attempt, no good. And Higgins is on the ground holding his head as the referee stopped playing. We'll see if he is all right.
I think he took an elbow to this. Took one for the team, so to speak, somewhere in his facial area. But seems to be okay. He wants to stay in the game, and fortunately
for Medfield, yep, Higgins up walking around, doesn't seem to be too phased. McKenzie turns around, fires the three, no good. Rebounded by Sazitsky. And now Hopkinton with a fresh shot clock. Kester fires the quick three, he knocks it down. 8-0 Hopkinton, and the shots are falling for the Hillers.
6 minutes left in the first quarter, and another steal.
Sazitsky jumps in front of the pass, takes it, blocked out of bounds. Probably could have had a foul called, but Hopkinton possession stays with Hopkinton.
A lot of positive energy. Players on the Hopkinton bench are jumping up. A lot of steals. A lot of momentum so far going the Hillers' way.
And it's pretty chilly in here, Steve, as you can attest to.
I would agree.
And most of the fans in here have an extra layer on, but like you said, a lot of activity from the Hopkinton players and faithful as we open up a quick 8-point lead with 2 3-pointers and numerous steals to start this one.
Yep, lots of folks with their hats and coats still on here. I'm not sure what the heating situation is. We'll have to look into that.
Well, maybe the Hillers will provide the heat on their own. They've done a good job already.
I think that's a good idea.
McKenzie out to Kester, his three short, tipped out of bounds by Medfield. Stays with Hopkinton, another chance at points for the Hillers. And McKenzie will inbound under the Medfield hoop. Tries to get it to Kelly, but tipped away by the Warrior defense. And now Diaz brings it up for Medfield. Williams drives, gets fouled on the floor.
Could have been a continuation there, but a non-shooting foul, borderline non-shooting foul. I think it could have gone the other way, but nevertheless, it's first foul for the Hillers. I don't know who it's on quite yet, but Hillers are in a zone D to defend against the inbound play.
And Williams with it at the top of the key for Medfield. Ball kind of circulating around the three-point line now. Medfield prodding the defense, seeing what they can get. Williams drives, turns around, tough pulled up jumper, knocks it down.
Nice play. He's smooth guard, 6'2" guard for Medfield. Stephen Williams, nice shot there.
Kester thought about the three, gets it poked away by Williams. Stays with Hopkinton. And Michael Puvakad enters the game for the first time, as well as Jack Breslin, as McKenzie will take a seat. And Ryan Kessler also sitting down. 3 fired from Breslin, short. Kelly fighting for the rebound. And Zach Szycki gets in there as well, and his presence forces the Medfield player to lose the ball, and out of bounds it goes to Hopkinton.
Yeah, Zach's always been an active player, and showing his aggressiveness there, creating a little problem for Medfield. They lost the ball, and it's a slow start for Medfield. 4:42 left in the first quarter, only have 2 points.
And Szycki tries to get it in, and he does successfully to Puvakad, but with heavy defense from Medfield. And then on the other end, stepping on the baseline was Hopkinton, a turnover there on the baseline move. And Medfield will take over.
Aggressive full court press by the Hillers.
Been tough for Medfield to overcome thus far. Williams drives, pull-up jumper again, knocks it down. The nice touch from the junior guard.
It seems to be his zone, a second shot from almost the identical spot from his first bucket that he had a couple minutes ago.
Puvakad inside is Szycki, now back to Breslin. 3 up and good. Jack Breslin came in about a minute to 2 minutes ago and has not been shy about firing the 3, knocks down his first one there. 11-4 Hopkinton. And then the active hands on the defensive side, Tom Leone forces the steal. Now Szycki thought about the 3, drives, nice take, gets it to fall.
I think maybe a timeout from Medfield to settle things down, but Coach Keene looking really happy with this coming out of the gates. 13-4 with 3:38 left in the first quarter, and the Hillers got the ball rolling here so far.
Not only are the Hillers knocking down their shots, as you just saw the layup there from Szycki, but the quality of shots I think they're getting is very, very good, and the fact that they're making them is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, so Medfield doesn't have an answer so far. When you start launching a couple threes that are going in, and again, it's the defense creates the offense, but the Hillers have disrupted Medfield's offensive flow, with the exception of a couple buckets by Stephen Williams. He has the only points for Medfield so far. So 13-4 with 3:38 left. Good start for the Hillers, and hopefully to keep the ball rolling the rest of the half and get off to a good start for the Friday night for the girls coming up after this game. So lots of happening here in the athletic center tonight.
Yeah, and our camera was just down there hanging on the Hopkinton girls. Again, they were supposed to start at 6:30. Might be a bit later, more like 6:45, 6:50 today. Medfield got here a bit late. We had to kick back the starting time of just a bit, but shouldn't change things too much. As we see the Hopkinton offense, the boys anyway, have started off red hot, opening up a 13-4 lead here with 3.5 minutes left. But falling asleep a bit on defense. Luckily, does not lead to an easy bucket for Medfield.
Good hustle by Tom Leone coming into the game, one of the captains.
Right, unfortunately for Leone, he had not reestablished himself back in the court, so he could not touch the ball. Good play, though, anyway, to stop the easy bucket. And now a miss from Williams puts Hopkinton on the break. Puvakad drives, tries to fire a nice bounce pass to Leone, but tipped away by a Medfield player, out of bounds. And now McKenzie comes back in as Szycki takes a rest.
Coach Keene working a lot of players in early, which is a good sign. When you have a little lead like that, why not get some players, get their legs under them? Tight zone by Medfield.
Right, not much ball movement going on right now by Hopkinton. Ambersoni calling out plays. Too high a pass from McKenzie, stolen away by Christian Higgins, who seems to have recovered from that earlier elbow nicely. Doesn't seem to be showing any effects. However, the Medfield offense not playing so great right now, as a 3 up and no good. Rebounded by Breslin. Breslin almost has his pocket picked. And as a Medfield player hit the ground, Michael Marie, one of the captains, Breslin fell right over him and drew the foul.
Good recovery by Breslin. kind of lost control but gained it back, and then kind of got bailed out by the Medfield player committing a foul there. But nevertheless, good playing time for Breslin coming off. I got a little plug for him because he's my neighbor. He lives right behind me, so I'm kind of rooting for him a little extra tonight.
Oh, we made sure to give the Libertas a shout out when you weren't here last time against Grafton.
That's good.
We said Steve Spector's neighbors. We called him out. As in for the first time, Luke Deloya. Thank you for that.
Yep.
He got hit with the blocking foul there. Medfield will inbound from the sideline. Pass inside to Stephen Williams. He kicks it over to the baseline jumper. No good. Rebounded by Kelly. He throws it away. Puvakad tips it and couldn't quite recover it. Turnover for the Hillers.
She's still 13-4. I think I said that about 5 minutes ago. And there's just been all of a sudden lid on both rims. Both teams haven't scored in a little while.
Again, this
dangerous pass.
This Hopkinton press is really causing a lot of problems for Medfield. Oh, driving, getting the and one is Christian Higgins. Hopkinton believes that should have been a block, a charge, but a blocking foul is called, and Higgins will look to convert the old-fashioned and one.
Yeah, Luke Deloya looked like he had position. Had his hands down, feet were planted. Definitely contact, had to go one way or the other, and the ref saw it as a defensive foul.
No good on the free throw for Higgins. 13-6 lead for Hopkinton. McKenzie drives. Nice play. Good idea to try to get it to Kelly. Just too many hands in the area. Knocked out of bounds, but stays with Hopkinton.
Kind of a force that one in there.
Now the ball in the hands of Breslin as Hopkinton looks to prod this Medfield zone. Pass stolen away by John Lowell.
Good idea, just wasn't enough room for that pass to get through.
Stephen Williams drives right, picks up the blocking foul. Believe this one going against Puvakad.
Fourth team foul for the Hillers in the first quarter. 1:51 left in the first quarter.
And unfortunately for us, Steve, our player foul lights are not working this time, so we'll do our best to call out the correct fouls and get total fouls for you guys.
We'll see what we can do on that. It's air ball.
Yep, looked bad from the jump on the three-pointer from Michael Marie. And now Hopkinton on the other end. Nice play by Kelly.
A little walk.
But he's hit with the travel as he saw Marie coming for a block. Turnover, Hopkinton. Marie finds a wide open Higgins, who blows the layup.
Too much time on his hands
Too
there.
open on that one. He knew it. He was shaking his head immediately after, but we've seen that happen before. Now Hopkinton looks to take advantage. Kelly down low, but Higgins gets back for the rejection.
A little redemption there.
I'd say he might have made up for that one with that block. Great play.
But he, on that last play, for all you young viewers who are, he had all the time in the world. He didn't
much time.
He didn't have to dribble. He decided to dribble, and I think he thought about it way too long. And I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but he made up for it with a pretty sweet block on the other end.
McKenzie drives, pull-up jumper, knocks it down. 8 points now for McKenzie.
Swarming.
And then Ambrosoni with the steal. Hopkinton had an opportunity for a quick bucket. McKenzie drives, gets blocked. And now Williams with it for Medfield. Thought about the jumper. Nice pass from Williams.
Threaded it.
I think very clearly from the beginning he has been the spark for Medfield. And then again forces the turnover on the defensive end for the Warriors. Just under 30 seconds left now. About 4 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Hopkinton only with a 7-point lead in a quarter that feels like they've dominated.
Exactly. Well, they cooled off considerably in the last half of this quarter with only one bucket. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Stephen Williams dribbling out all of this clock. 3 seconds left. Lowell fires up the shot. No good. Deloya fights for it, and then the tough shot from Medfield from Aiden Finn as time expired. Not much hope of that one going in. So at the end of the first quarter, Hopkinton again still with a 7-point lead, up 15-8. After what started, I believe they took an 8-point lead and then cooled off a little bit after that.
Yeah, it was 8-0, and then 8-2, and then it was 8-2 forever, and then 13-4 for quite a long time, and Medfield tightened things up a bit, and then the Hillers got one last hook before the end of the first quarter, and hopefully the heat will be turned on. But you can even see it; it's almost like a hockey game's breaking out in here.
Yeah.
With it's the temperature. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're it's still warm enough to play basketball in here.
Right.
But the cheerleaders are sporting their sweatpants this evening, which is probably a smart move. People still have their coats on in here, but it's just bitter cold. And for those who are listening at home, it's probably a smart move to hang there, light a fire or whatever, and enjoy the broadcast.
Oh, of course.
From your living room or wherever you're comfortable. But the folks that are here are very enthusiastic. Lots of parents. The girls team, the Medfield girls and Hopkinton girls, varsity girls basketball teams are on deck for the next game. So should be a great night here.
And second quarter, just about ready to get started. Again, 15-8 lead for Hopkinton. Medfield will start with possession. And ball's in the hand of Stephen Williams, who again played a solid first quarter for Medfield. And the biggest contributor as to why it is just a 7-point deficit for Big Blue right now. And this is probably the first time for Medfield that they didn't have to deal with that pesky Hopkinton press. And again, another great pass from Williams to Michael Marie, who has an easy layup.
Very patient on offense by Medfield there, and they waited for that opening, and Williams found it, and all of a sudden it's 15-10.
Kester stuck in the corner, gets it to Ambersoni. Ambersoni now stuck. Somehow dribbles his way into an open layup and gets it to go.
Sweet move.
Ambersoni, the sophomore, gets a bucket to fall.
Kind of like Kyrie Irving dribbling amongst the 3 or 4 players and somehow maneuvered his body to get an open shot.
And Stephen Marie was going to have an easy layup. Hard foul by Ambersoni, but the right play. 2 free throws coming up for the senior captain from Medfield.
Yeah, nice play by Ambersoni. Definitely got a lot of ball, but got some arm and some body contact as well. And I can't see who that is, number 11. So Michael Marie on the line for 2.
Knocks down the first one. Now Higgins will come in for Medfield, and Stephen Maffiori, the sophomore, will enter in the game for the first time for Hopkinton. Also in there is Michael Iannelli, his first action of the game for Hopkinton.
Ooh, could be a travel there. Good D.
But nonetheless, good play from Stephen Williams to keep the possession in Medfield's favor. And then just as quickly, Medfield turns it back over. Jake Dubbs, senior captain, hit with a carrying violation.
Michael Iannelli, captain, coming off first time we've seen him this year that I've seen him play. Came in and played some tough D and caused a turnover there.
Sazitsky with a tough move to the basket, misses, gets a rebound, another miss, grabbed by I almost said Mike Lowell, John Lowell.
Mike Lowell, the Red Sox from way back yesteryear.
Michael Marie drawing the foul there against Hopkinton. Now Hopkinton just one foul away from giving Medfield free throws for the rest of this half. Michael Iannelli with a great play, slapping the ball away from Jake Dubbs.
Definitely a high intensity level by the Hillers on D, causing all sorts of problems for Medfield.
Iannelli up in the face of Dubbs, playing great defense, took an elbow there. No foul called, but Sazitsky's got the rebound. He's looking to take it all the way. He does. No good on the lay-in.
Oh,
Dubs over to Marie. Knocked
there.
over Maffiori. No love for Maffiori there. No foul called. Williams driving. The floater just bounces in.
Bodies flying everywhere. A lot of contact. No fouls. It's best to have the referees just letting the boys play as much as they can.
Ionelli drives. Floater gets it to go in. 19-13 lead now for Hopkinton.
It's a nice shot.
Nice pass from Marie. No good from Lowell on the lay-in. Now Ambersoni drives the other way. Gets rejected from behind. Again by Higgins.
Emphatic.
Clearly still frustrated by that missed layup.
Well, he made sure that ball wasn't going up. It was a little extra French pastry on that block going out of bounds there.
Again, Hopkinton looking to establish their offense now. Ball moving around the three-point line, trying to get a good shot against the zone. Szycki takes a free throw line jumper. Hard off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Stephen Williams.
5 minutes left in the half, 19-13 Hillers.
Nice pass again from Williams to Lowell. He can't finish off the good defense. And now Szycki driving for Hopkinton. He takes it all the way, lay-in, no good. Now Lowell up to Dubs. Tipped away by Hopkinton. Both Ryan Kester and Ionelli had the same idea. But at any rate, a good defensive play for Hopkinton. No easy bucket for Medfield.
Kelly and McKenzie coming in, giving Zach a break. Zach missed a few shots, a little strong off the glass on a few shots there. Maybe just gather himself. 4:38 left in the half, 19-13 Hillers. And lots of playing time for going deep into the bench tonight so far, which is good.
Ionelli diving on the floor, trying to take it away from Dubs.
Gotta like the effort.
Again, up in the face of whoever is unlucky enough to be covered by him. And great defense there from Hopkinton, stealing it away from Marie. And now Ionelli, too late on the pass. Somehow Brendan Kelly comes up with the ball. Layup goes almost all the way down, but pops out. Still 19-13 lead for Hopkinton.
Kind of chaotic out there. A lot happening, but not a lot of scoring.
Right. Not a lot of fouls either. Yep. Williams drives, stuck.
Walk.
Very close to getting that travel.
Wasn't sure which was his pivot foot there or not.
Williams clears out Brendan Kelly. And an offensive foul is called.
Williams didn't seem to agree with that call, but he clearly
it was a forearm shiver.
Discarded the Hiller player.
I will say it wasn't as bad as one of the ones earlier that wasn't called, but still a foul. And Puvakad tries the quick bounce pass in between a couple of Warriors. No good as it hits somebody's leg.
Yeah, there wasn't much room there for that pass, I think.
But it looks like we got a timeout from Medfield from Coach Herb Grace.
Yeah, it's things have cooled down considerably, which was starting off at a pretty high pace for the Hillers. They had 8 points after just 3 minutes into the game, and now they only have 19 points with 3:35 left in the half. Could be a little bit of a continuity thing. Most teams will play 7, 8 deep just to get a flow with it, and everybody getting into their flow of the game. And the Hillers have gone at least 10 deep, and everybody's playing really tough D. Holding Medfield to 13 points at this point is tip your hat to the Hillers defense there.
Absolutely. Offensively, I will say at the beginning of the game, I mentioned how the Hillers were not only just making their shots, but getting very good shots, good quality shots, and now most of their shots now have been contested. Szycki taking good drives, but still contested shots, contested free throw line jumpers, whatever the case may be. Seems like Medfield also has ramped up the defense. I think both teams noticed from the beginning it was going to be a defensive battle, and they've kind of hunkered down in their positions, and they'll take what offense that comes to them.
Yeah, so what looked to be somewhat of a one-sided start is certainly remaining to be more of a tight game.
Definitely more even keel, for sure. Breslin will inbound for Hopkinton. Tough pass, tried to get over a Medfield player. He did. McKenzie drives, tries to salvage the situation. Kelly rebound, up and in. Brendan Kelly, the junior, with his big body moving in there, down low.
He's a tough matchup down there. He uses his body well. Cleared out to create the space to get the shot off.
Dubs drives.
Ooh, that was a walk.
It was a walk, not called. Short on the lay-in for Higgins. Now McKenzie with it. Looks up, finds Maffiori. Shot up, blocked by, I believe, Stephen Williams. Goes out of bounds, and now Maffiori will take a seat for Ambersoni.
Maffiori hit, nice idea. Didn't really have any room to get that shot off. He had two Carolina blue shirts in front of him.
They do look remarkably similar.
Yep.
Puvakad fires the three, knocks it down. First three for Hopkinton. Over a quarter, it feels like.
That was a big shot. 5 quick points for the Hillers, extends the lead but to 24-13, 11-point lead.
Jake Dubs looks like bailed out with a foul call there. Looks like he just lost the ball, but a reaching called. And now Hopkinton is in the bonus. Excuse me, Medfield's in the bonus, and they will shoot free throws for the rest of this first half for 2 minutes. The final 2:38 of this first half.
This seems to be Williams' junior guard, 6'2", really tough matchup. Has the majority of the points. I've lost track, but he's got at least 8 or 9 points of the 14 that they have. And
also his passing has led to about 3 or 4 easy layups for Medfield. So total points responsible for, he's definitely up there.
Yep.
As Dubs makes both free throws. Ambersoni dribbling a bit too much here. Finally gives it up. Again, Hopkinton, 24-19. 2:20 left here in the first half. Looking to end this first half on a good note. Breslin thought about the three, steps in, takes a jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, left-hand hook, no good. He almost gets another rebound.
Oh, come on.
That was a very, very quick foul.
It was just incidental contact. Breslin was just trying to get out of the way. They called him on the foul there.
As much as the refs were not calling anything before, now seems like they've turned up the sensitivity a bit with 2 quick fouls coming against Hopkinton in the last minute. First free throw from Williams is good. 24-16 lead now for Hopkinton.
Actually, Michael Marie at the. Oh, I'm sorry. It's
It is Michael Marie. Yep, excuse me.
Oh, 14.
I saw 14. Okay, no, it's not.
I'm looking for a number 14.
Oh yeah, we do not have him on the roster. We'll try to work that out for you. That's why we were both wrong. Thought it was someone else.
No wonder why we couldn't get it right. Oh, nice pass.
McKenzie to Kelly. He takes his time and puts in the bucket. Again, Kelly had a huge impact in the second quarter, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Kelly has the ability to take over. That's a walk.
And Michael Marie hit with the travel. Drawing some cheers from the Hiller faithful.
1:43 left in the half, 26-17. Hiller lead. I think everybody on the bench has gotten some playing time, which is great. Spreading things around a bit.
Great passing. Puvakad for the open three. He knocks it down.
Beautiful shot. Two in a row by Puvakad.
Pull-up jumper from Stephen Williams. Looked very, very smooth for such a high difficulty shot. Knocks it down anyway. Puvakad open for three again. Knocks it down. Puvakad, the junior, 2 quick threes. 32-19 lead now for Hopkinton.
Well, there's a reason why Coach Keene has got him in the game. He just hit three pointers in a matter of about a minute and a half.
And then, unfortunately, in that same breath, Puvakad throws the ball away and causes a foul. as Michael Marie was hit.
It's like a 1-on-1 situation, or they're sorting that out right now.
It looks like it will not be a shooting foul or a free throw. Free throws as a result of that one. Williams looking for help. Eventually finds it in Marie.
Ooh, that was a walk.
And another travel goes against Medfield.
Yep, we don't know number 14, but we don't have a name for him, but he just turned the ball over for his team, unfortunately, for Medfield. Kind of a critical juncture for them. They're down by 13 points, 35 seconds left in the half. And Medfield really could have used a bucket there to tighten things up, but right now the Hillers have the ball underneath the hoop, 23 seconds left in the shot clock.
Ambrosoni just got by his initial defender, but had the ball blocked out of bounds. Hopkinton stays with it, though. Puvakad looking for a three, tries the late pass, and then gets in the way of another pass headed toward Ambrosoni. This one out of bounds. And should they choose, Medfield will have the final shot, but Hopkinton preparing and setting up a press. Now Medfield passing it out for these final 15 seconds. Ball in the hands of Stephen Williams. I imagine he will try to get the shot off. He has been great for Big Blue this entire contest.
5 seconds on the...
He fires a baseline pass. Marie comes up with it and hits the three off of the loose ball. In Medfield, all things considered, only down 10 after that late second quarter outburst from Hopkinton.
Wow, that's quite it's a game of streaks, as we've said in the past. And definitely, that was a really big hoop for Medfield to end the first half, only down by 10, as you said. They didn't really have a whole lot going on, but great to see Puvakad coming off the bench and launching three-pointers and towards the end of the second quarter. And Hillers are in a good spot here, 32-22 lead after the first half.
All right, we're going to see you back in a few moments here. We hand it off to the Hiller cheerleaders.
Do you have what it takes?
Will you make a difference?
Always an adventure.
Police and fire working together.
Utilizing the latest technology.
Do you have what it takes?
Every winter in New England, we have an increase in cases of carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide is a gas that's indetectable to our senses and can make you very sick or even kill you in a short period of time. Fortunately, carbon monoxide poisoning is entirely preventable. Ensure that you have your heating system and other home equipment maintained and inspected annually. Never operate gas-powered equipment indoors, and never barbecue indoors. Make sure to have working carbon monoxide alarms on every floor of your house and within 15 feet of every bedroom door. They should be tested monthly. When snow falls, take care to make sure that chimneys, heating and dryer outlets are clear of snow so that exhaust can exit. Similarly, Shovel out your car's exhaust and never allow children or other people to sit in an idle car while you're shoveling it out. If your carbon monoxide alarm ever goes off, don't ignore it. Exit your house and call the fire department. By following these steps, you can protect your family this winter.
And Tim Polanek and Steve Spector back with you here for the first half of the games here tonight. Hopkinton holding a 32-22 lead over Medfield. And in that first half, we saw a little bit of everything. Steve, we saw buckets going in. We started the game start off with a flurry of points there from the Hillers, and then we saw great defense from both teams. And now it leaves us here, Hopkinton 10-point lead going into the second half.
Yeah, exactly right, Tim. And the Hillers, 32 points, a good amount of points in the first half.
Right.
Medfield was at a point where they were down by 11 or a little more points, and then they hit a big three-pointer right as the buzzer was sounding to give them a little momentum going into the halftime. Probably made the halftime chat with Coach Herb Grace a little more friendly for the players to deal with that. But right now we get starting the second half with a 10-point lead for the Hillers.
And Hopkinton will start with possession. Medfield coming out in man-to-man defense. Szycki driving, tough lane, no good. Kelly fighting for the board. Him and Higgins having a nice little wrestling match for the ball. Higgins comes away with it. Now Stephen Williams driving, stuck with it. And back in the hands of Williams. Calling out plays for the Warriors offense. He drives, takes the contact, shot up, just a bit short.
Lots of contact. Coach Grace is looking for the foul there. Oh, nice.
Ambersoni drives.
There was contact, and there's Coach Keene asking the same question. There was something had to give there, but the refs are just letting both of those plays go.
And that time a foul called. This one looks like it's going against Zach Szycki.
Two shots.
Yep, and it is against Szycki. Right now, we have the foul lights working again, so we can let you guys know where the teams stand as far as fouls. That's only Szycki's first. As John Lowell, senior captain, makes both free throws.
And nice rotation. Looked like kind of automatic on the free throw line for John Lowell.
Ambersoni drives. Almost travels, lost the ball, got it back, drives, just a bit short on the lay-in. Might have been blocked by Lowell.
Ooh,
that looked like a carry. I agree. I was just about to.
You read my mind
from our position here in the nest. Instead of a turnover, Michael Marie drives and now will be taking two free throws.
Yeah, it looked like a carry. He just took two or three steps as he was dribbling towards the hoop, and you usually get away with that in the NBA, but not in high school level. But Medfield off to a good start in the third quarter. 4 straight free throws, cutting the lead down to 6.
Right.
Interesting to see if Coach Keene goes as deep into the bench as he did in the first half.
As McKenzie's shot goes out of bounds, stays with Hopkinton.
I'd like to take this moment to thank the outstanding crew that are keeping us moving here. On cameras, Bob Hamilton, Denise Antaki, Mary Arnott, John Ritz taking over as the director for Mike Tarosian, whose whereabouts are unknown at this time, and Samantha Dings doing graphics. Really appreciate everyone's support here.
Ambersoni drives and hits the layup, opening back up an 8-point lead for Hopkinton. The three from Marie, no good. Now McKenzie with the rebound, just a bit too far of a pass for Szycki to handle. And on the throw-in to try to save it, it goes out of bounds. Turnover there for Hopkinton.
Yeah, we kind of looked a little deep on that pass as it got released, and it was just a little too much to handle. Medfield has the ball back now.
Driving was Jake Dubbs, and a bit of a late call there, but 2 shots coming for the senior captain. Again, this will be the 5th and 6th free throws of the third quarter for Medfield already, just within the first 2 minutes.
Puvakad with a second foul.
Short on the first one for Dubs.
And 3 quick fouls for the Hillers. There's only less than 2 minutes into the third quarter. They already have 3 fouls, so that could come into play as the second half gets along.
Right, after being in the bonus, after putting Medfield in the bonus in the first half. So bigger disparity on this side than you might imagine, as Dubs went 1 of 2 from the line. Open 3 from the corner, no good. Fighting for that rebound.
Oh.
Is Sazitsky, and he looks stunned as anyone to hear that call. He stopped going after the ball because he clearly thought it was off Medfield. Apparently the refs disagreed. Stays with the Warriors. Just a 7-point lead for Hopkinton. Higgins pass to a cutting Butts. Great read from Dubs. Great cut as he's rewarded with a 2-point bucket.
Coach Keene calling timeout. They've been outscored 7-2 in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half, and not a lot of good things happening for the Hillers so far in this third quarter. Medfield clearly maybe had the riot act read to them at halftime, and they came out with a little fire in their belly, and they certainly the score sheet shows that.
Right, and whether or not you agree with the fouls that were called, Medfield is giving the refs an opportunity to call them. They're out there driving, crashing the lane, taking everything close to the bucket, and that's resulted in, again, 6 quick free throws. I believe they went 5 of 6 during that stretch. And then we have the 3-point shot right before halftime, and Medfield's really kind of been dominating these last several minutes. We'll see. I have to imagine that's why Coach Keene called that timeout. We could hear it up here through the headphones, him screaming timeout. We'll see. We'll see if what he says actually to this Hiller team.
So one of the things we'll have to keep an eye on is, the Medfield has a little more seniority, if you will, juniors and seniors playing, whereas the Hillers have been playing a lot of sophomores, and we'll see if that comes into play, as the game gets down the stretch. But right now it looks like we have a tight ball game, and it doesn't look like it's going to change much as we move forward.
Ambersoni dribbling too much. Stephen Williams.
Like a travel.
Saw it coming and then rolled over with the ball, hit with the travel. I got to say, across a bunch of the games that I've seen, there's been the least consistency on what a travel is when a player hits the ground. Because I've seen people touch the ground and immediately it's called a travel. I've seen guys roll over, and from what I've seen, there isn't a clear, concise understanding on what exactly a player can do on the ground. Works in that case for Hopkinton. But then just as quickly, it looks like an offensive foul called away from the ball, and Medfield will take over.
Not sure who that foul was on. They haven't posted it yet, but that's the 4th foul in this half already to 0.
Yeah, that one against Ambersoni, his second. Ambersoni tries to reach for the pass, almost got another foul, but a great rebound from Sazitsky. He dribbles out of trouble.
Ooh.
And passes the ball right to Ambersoni, but jumping the gun a bit was Michael Marie, and he's hit with the foul.
Fortunate for the Hillers there, because Sazitsky, great hustle to get the rebound, broke it out and sort of telegraphed the pass, and the Medfield player was onto that, and that could have gone either way. The Hillers are fortunate. That could have been a Hiller foul on that one.
McKenzie drives, blocked by Williams, blocked again. McKenzie gets it back, tries to get it out to his teammate, now taken away by Marie. Dubs, tough acrobatic layup, couldn't get it to fall. And now driving on the other end, blocked from behind, but a foul call. Tom Leone filled the lane correctly and was rewarded with a nice pass. Shot up, no good, but foul coming.
Nice take by Leone. A couple free throws, hopefully he'll knock them down. They could use them. Just a
5-point lead now for Hopkinton after being up 10 entering the second half. 4:23 left, 34-29 in the Hillers' favor. Second free throw on its way. Rattles out.
Unlucky.
Grabbed by Medfield, and now Marie looking to make something happen. Drives by Puvakad. And Ambersoni was about to take a charge and set a no call. McKenzie drives, layup, high off the glass and in.
They tell you what, they really needed that hoop. It's only the second hoop of the half, 4 minutes left in the third quarter. 36-29 Hillers.
Back up to a 7-point lead off of that McKenzie lay-in. Marie putting his head down, again driving towards the hoop. Again, whether or not you agree with the fouls, Medfield knows what the referees are calling right now, and they're just putting their heads down and driving towards the hoop. More often than not, getting rewarded with free throws, as Michael Marie will shoot 2.
And that's the third foul on Puvakad, who kind of erupted for three three-pointers in the second quarter in a span of about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. Coach Keene is leaving him in there. They could use another 1 or 2 of those to go down.
Second free throw, no good. Grabbed by Sazitsky. Getting harassed by Medfield. No foul called. Somehow McKenzie saves it, and Breslin with the open lay-in.
Again, they could use any hoop at this point, but that was really very timely, as they haven't scored much this half.
And Dubs gets in there for the easy 2. Got by the smaller Puvakad. McKenzie over to Breslin. He thought about the 3, turned it away. Now Sazitsky driving. Oh! Got hit hard by Lowell.
Landed on his head, so. Athletic trainer Jeanette Emerson immediately out to check on Zach. Lots of contact there. As I've mentioned before, Jeanette Emerson is a neighbor of mine, lives across the street, so if there's any injuries in the neighborhood, it's always good to have her around, and but especially right now when we have a player down, and hopefully he'll be able to get back up. And
as Sazitsky's getting to his feet.
If he wants to shoot his free throws.
Right. Oh, it looks like they are subbing him out as Ambersoni comes back in.
Might be the protocol after that kind of an injury. I'm sure Zach, knowing him a little bit, he's going to want to get back in there. So.
It looks like he's okay. Looked like it was more of just a initial pain thing, but we'll see again if he enters this game. As Ambersoni knocks down the first free throw.
Well, we certainly could hear the.
Oh, absolutely. It was not a soft landing.
Even through the headphones here, we could really hear how all sorts of body parts hit the floor. It looked like it might have been his head, but it could have been his legs and feet and hands making all that noise too. So.
Pass inside to Lowell. Loose ball, and again another quick foul called. Referees keep, sorry to interrupt, Steve.
Yeah.
It seems like referees are not sure whether they want to kind of keep a lid on this game, as they can see it's getting a little bit more chippy, or if they want to let the kids play. And it seems like their philosophy is kind of changing every couple of minutes.
Well, like in any sport, whether you're a home plate umpire calling balls and strikes, looking for a little consistency.
Right.
And hasn't been as consistent as we've seen in other games.
Pass I believe from Michael Marie. Miscommunication there. Goes over the heads of a few players out of bounds, and Hopkinton will take over. Ooh. A good play by Hopkinton. They had points in the immediate future, but the ball poked out of bounds. This one apparently off of Medfield. Hopkinton takes over.
It looked like it could have gone off a Puvakad, to be honest with you. But we'll take it.
Right.
Seems like the referees have taken over the game here in recent minutes.
Not quite sure what the... apparently he saw Kelly come in to check in right as the pass went. Normally they would have just let that go, but play stopped and Kelly comes in. Hopkinton starts over. McKenzie drives over to Breslin, baseline jumper. Oof. No good, but a nice rebound from Ionelli right into the hands of Kelly. No foul called. Knocked out of bounds off of Medfield.
Good scrappy play by the Hillers down low. Breslin missed. Good shot for him, just didn't go down. And Michael Ionelli keeping the ball in play.
Somehow the tip pass goes right into the hands of Breslin. Ball's begging to go down, just pops out. Would have been a huge shot.
I don't know how it didn't go in. It was in and out.
And Steve Williams fouled trying to get that pass over to Marie.
It's a 1-on-1 situation, I think.
Yeah, and already Medfield, like you said, Steve, heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's makes for a long game here when when they're 1-on-1 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's a 1-on-1 situation. So, but I must say, you know, some of those fouls were in the ticky-tack persuasion. I think.
Would agree.
Yeah.
Especially when we just see Szycki slam his entire body on the floor just for a common foul. Both free throws good for Medfield there. Now McKenzie, he's fouled. Again, kind of looked like another phantom foul, but this one goes in the favor of Hopkinton.
It's like a foul fest all of a sudden. 11 fouls called in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. Hillers holding on to a 7-point lead, 40-33, with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Definitely anybody's game at this point. Hillers not exactly blowing the doors off.
Yeah, no one really taking charge of this game. Somehow Breslin with a great effort.
That's a carry.
Yep, and then just as quickly, Kelly turns it back over, trying to corral the ball. And turns it back over to Medfield. Again, 1:42 left here in the third quarter, 40-33 lead.
Nice block.
Blocked from behind. Michael Ionelli, the senior captain, making his presence felt.
Yeah, definitely a spark. Brought his Hiller teammates off the bench on that one.
Yeah, one of the shortest guys on the floor right now got up to block the shot of 6'1" Jake Dubs. Marie for three from the corner, just rattles out. Dubs fighting for the board. Kelly gets his hands on that, but Dubs just gets enough of it for a jump ball. This one stays with Medfield. And now Zach Szycki, after that scary fall, comes back out onto the court.
That's a good sign.
Seems to be no worse for wear. Marie drives baseline, finds Williams for some help. Butts for the deep three, a bit short. Marie grabs the offensive board, and Kelly steals it away and called it travel. Again, that's another one. I don't know what to say on that one. Kelly did not move after getting the ball, but a travel called simply because I guess he was on his knees.
Yeah, any kind of movement. That's an offensive foul. There we go.
And a charge. Again, great play from Luke Deloya.
Wow.
There we go.
Took one for the team, man. Still trying to gather himself, I think, after that collision. That was not a very subtle collision there.
Ball being tipped around all over the place. Nobody can handle it. And again, just another quick foul called right away.
Breslin.
And most of them going against Hopkinton at this point.
Well, I'm corrected. It's Deloya, I guess. Could have gone against anybody. There was kind of controlled chaos.
A lot of chaos going on. No one could quite get a handle on it, which invited more hands to reach in there, and then eventually Hopkinton hit with the foul. Deloya, his third. First free throw good for Jake Dubs.
It's actually Dubs, yep. It's really, as we said at the beginning of the telecast, Tim, this is really a must-win for the Hillers in terms of the rest of the season. You know, it's kind of like a playoff game now, even though it's, you know, in the early part of the season, because they at 2-5 overall, you know, they don't want to go to 2-6.
Right.
You know.
Then you don't have much breathing room at all after that. Ball gets inside to Kelly. Now driving the entire way, no good on the shot was Kester. But Brendan Kelly fighting, he has played a huge role today, giving the team energy and production off the bench.
Yeah, he's got a knack for just clearing out enough space to get the shot off. He's not super tall, but he uses his body really well.
Right.
To get those bunnies up. He's got about three of those tonight. Nothing
and Williams got the contact, did not get the call, and then Kelly comes up with the rebound, and he was fouled. Again, another quick call.
Medfield substituting Oscar Diaz back in the game. For number 14, we don't have a name, as we've said 3 times. We could maybe find that out if we do some research with the people in the stands next to us.
Sazitsky drives.
There we go, Zach.
Finally gets that fast-paced layup to drop in. 9-point lead now for Hopkinton.
That was big for Hopkinton and big for Zach, because he hasn't been lighting it up as he normally does.
And a foul called on the floor. This one against Deloya, his 4th, if it is in fact against the junior.
Getting his money's worth tonight.
Yep, and it is his 4th. Williams' first free throw, nothing but net, 44-36. Hopkinton, 12.8 seconds left. Second free throw incoming. And that one just rolls in. And a lazy pass tipped by Williams. May have gone off Kelly last. That's what Williams is contesting, but no dice for Medfield. Hopkinton keeps possession.
That's hard to see from up here, but it certainly looked like it could have been a double tip. And then
I thought I saw it pull his hands away in one of those. Oh, it wasn't me. But again, referees don't have the benefit of instant replay here.
Hey, we want to give a quick shout out to a good friend. We have a lot, legendary coaches coming through here in Hopkinton. But Dick Bliss is over there at the scorers table. But another legendary coach, Phil Smokey Morezi, had some shoulder surgery earlier today, and he's recovering. And if he happens to be watching, we're rooting for you, Coach, to have a speedy recovery. He comes to most of these games, girls and boys games, and not sure if he's listening, but if he is, we wish him well.
Ambersoni dribbling into trouble, got a bit too greedy and tried to get off the last shot himself. Instead, turned the ball over. And at the end of that intense third quarter, 44-37 lead for Hopkinton, and it looks like we're handing it over to the 50-50 raffle for now.
All right, tonight's winning ticket is 802-3796. That's 802-3796. If you're the winning ticket, please come over to the table and pick up your prize. Thank you.
All right, Steve, I'll be right back. Got to go pick up some money.
Are you the winner? That's amazing.
I mean, they could throw us a bit of that.
Is that a fix on that? Or, I don't know. So far, nobody has claimed that. Mary Arnott, maybe one of our camera, just keeping us all, well behaved for the most part tonight. Do you have your ticket, Mary, or no?
Well, we'll figure out whoever wins that money.
Samantha Dings had her. She was looking at hers. No luck. We're hoping, if it can't be one of the people here in the stands, at least maybe it could be one of the crew members. That would be pretty good.
I mean, we're not lobbying for anything per se, but
maybe Mike Tiger Tarosian at home might has a ticket. He could have a ticket. You never know. Well, back to the game here, Tim. We have fourth quarter ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hillers kind of keeping their space with a 7-point lead.
It looks like we got a bit of confusion. Referees clearing up something with the scorer's table. Maybe checking their quotas for fouls this quarter. And Hopkinton, there we go. Switch him over to the other side. And Hopkinton will inbound here this final 8 minutes in the fourth quarter, up 44-37. And they're one foul away from putting Medfield in the double bonus.
Ooh, he's out of bounds. Wow.
Sazitsky takes a very tough shot, but Brendan Kelly there again, cleaning up the trash.
I don't know how the ref didn't see that, but it looked like it was well out of bounds from here. Obviously, on the Hiller side of the gym, and no one said anything about it, but Hiller's fortunate on that play, I think, to get 2 points.
Good idea on the pass from Williams, but stolen away by Kelly, and then Marie hit with the foul afterwards. A bit of a late whistle, as you had started to call the foul before, but mistake was corrected.
You could hear it up here, you know. But certainly the refs got it right, and don't want to be too critical. It's not an easy job they have down there.
Late is better than wrong. I will take that. No good on the and one attempt there from Kelly. Or not the and one, excuse me. That was a 1-and-1.
Right.
And Ambersoni, great job getting in front of that pass.
Easy.
And again, this is where Hopkinton has had trouble.
Called timeout by Coach Keene as he was just in the nick of time.
If those referees were on it, ready to call a travel immediately as soon as Ambersoni hit the ground, but so was Coach Keene, like you said. He got out there for the quick timeout, saved the possession for Hopkinton.
Well, it's sort of an indication of what's going on now. That there's a little desperation on Medfield's part, down by 9 points at this point with 7:06 left in the fourth quarter. They're going to need to make a run in a little bit. There's definitely time, and as we've seen earlier, there's a game of streaks and 1 or 2 3-pointers in a row, and it could be a different situation. But Coach Keene saw the opportunity to maybe avoid what could have been a travel, called a quick timeout, and I think that was a good timeout just to settle his guys down, because they don't seem to have a good feel for the dealing with the Medfield press.
Right. Yeah, Medfield definitely, like you said, noticing that this game is coming down to the final moments and really picking up that intensity. And it looked like Ambersoni wasn't quite ready for it at that moment. We'll see after the timeout what Coach Keene has said to his guys and if they're ready to close out this game. And Hopkinton will inbound. Ball thrown away. Tipped around by Michael Marie. Lucky for Hopkinton, a jump ball call, but this one stays with Medfield.
Ben McKenzie in for Ryan Kester. Looks like a 2-3 zone.
Dubs with the shot.
In and out.
Just trickles out.
Oh, that's got to be over the back there.
And Sazitsky fighting for the rebound. Diaz tried to go over the back, through the back, hit with the foul.
Definitely, boys are getting fired up here in the fourth quarter, just under 7 minutes left. 2 big free throws for Sazitsky.
Senior captain, cool, calm, and collected on the first one, knocks it down. 10-point lead now for Hopkinton. Both teams in the bonus, in the single bonus for now.
Big
second one good.
Big one. Both of them. Could use Zach's senior leadership down the stretch here.
Diaz driving baseline. Ooh. Tough floater. Gets it to fall. Now Kelly open down low off the pass from McKenzie. Great play from Hopkinton. Quick deuce for the Hillers.
That's the risk you take when you have full court pressure like that, and the Hillers recognize the opportunity.
Williams extended the arm, didn't get called for the push-off, and then Lowell down low seals off his defender, puts in the bucket.
Lowell's a tough matchup too. His game is a lot like Brendan Kelly's. They're both very physical underneath, but the same height. Once they get positioned, they're both tough to handle down low.
Stagnant offense right now from Hopkinton. Nobody moving from their spots, and ball taken away by Marie.
Picked them clean, unfortunately, for the Hillers.
Nice pass from Williams. Just somehow got through a couple of Hillers. And if that one's on DeLoya, that will be his 5th. And he knows it heading toward the bench.
Good hustle by DeLoya tonight.
Puvakad comes back out onto the court, replacing DeLoya. Hopkinton up 9, just under 6 minutes left. Free throws coming for Jake Dubs. First one is no good.
Well, every free throw is critical, but especially in the fourth quarter. But when you're down by 9, you need everyone to go down if you're Medfield.
1 of 2 on that trip for the senior captain. 50-42 now, Hopkinton. 8-point lead with 5:50 left here in the final quarter. McKenzie thought about the 3. Gives it back to Ambersoni. Now he takes it. Knocks it down. Ben McKenzie is shooting very well from beyond the arc today. Continues that.
That's a big one.
Diaz with the lay-in and 1. Absorbing the contact, lays it softly off the glass. 2 points for Medfield, chance for 1 more.
Really good patience on Medfield's part. I mean, there is plenty of time. They're down by 9. And let's see, Oscar Diaz with a chance for a 3-pointer, and he knocks it down. 8-point lead.
And timeout called on the floor, looks like from Coach Keene. With his team up 8 points, 53-45, 5:16 now left here in the fourth quarter.
Yep, lots of fouls. So right now Medfield is in a double bonus with 5:16 left in the game. We're in the fourth quarter anyway, and the Hillers are in the bonus with Medfield having 8 fouls. So at some point in the not too distant future, there's going to be double bonus, I'm sure.
Right.
The way the refs are calling the game. But overall, the refs are having a good game. It's just there's been a few, I think, in our opinion, professional opinion, because we are professionals, or we think we are.
I'd say so.
Certainly,
it's cooled down a bit over the last few minutes. I mean, not to use that terminology because it's already cold enough in here, but definitely the frequency of the fouls has died down a bit here in the fourth quarter, letting the kids play a bit more. And we'll see how that goes over the final 5:15 as Hopkinton inbounds under its own hoop.
Home run ball, not deep enough. Oh, there it is.
Kelly makes a great play to come back and take it. Turns around, jumper, no good. Tipped out of bounds, off the hands of John Lowell.
That could have been a foul on Kelly over the back. He was determined to get the shot off, and good defense by the Medfield player, John Lowell, captain.
Kelly ends up with an open shot, misses, got the rebound. He's going up strong. He gets fouled. Brendan Kelly will get the game ball today. Absolutely, has played a terrific game, crashing the boards.
There's a Tommy point in that one. He's, Tommy Heinsohn for.
He has a few this game, I'd say.
He's a scrappy player, but the one thing he did in that play, if I can be a little critical, is that he got the rebound, had it up high, he brought it down low, gave an opportunity to the Medfield players to kind of reach and grab at it.
Yep, lucky for him, he got the foul instead and knocked down the first free throw.
But he's so strong, he gets that ball underneath there. He's tough to deal with underneath.
Second free throw, no good. He's crashing for his own board.
Jump ball.
Steals the ball away and takes it for a jump ball. Brendan Kelly, another Tommy point. We'll rack him up.
That's a double Tommy point. 2 Tommy points in a matter of 6 seconds is
almost unheard of.
I've never heard of that. That's a 1-and-1, I think. Oh, well.
It's
a jump ball.
Yeah,
That's
jump ball. Yep, this one goes to Medfield. But a great play nonetheless from Kelly. Getting on the floor and grabbing that ball. Now the refs are having a discussion, seeing what exactly is going on. Some confusion. Looks like Hopkinton will end up with the ball after all. Puvakad open for 3. And a late foul called as he's knocked down on the 3-point shot attempt.
Puvakad, again, you take his 9 points. I think
I believe it's 3 threes, yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's had any other points. He might have a couple other buckets, but he definitely has those 3 3-pointers, and he's really got a nice stroke at the line. And not a really big guy, but he's plays strong. Take his time at the line. He's got a nice rhythm there. Uh-oh. There might have been a violation. Are we getting a substitution in here? They got 6 players on for Medfield. They got to take care of that. Two out of 3. We'll take that.
Right. Opens up an 11-point lead now, just under 5 minutes left. Dubs driving, takes a tough contested shot. McKenzie ends up with it.
This one's probably going to Medfield.
Yep, another jump ball.
.444 left in the 4th quarter. Hillers with an 11-point lead. Oh, it's a walk. We see that over and over. You think by this point in the season, Tim, that these players, not just I don't mean to pick on that one Medfield player, but we see that call very frequently.
Yep, and Medfield falls victim to it again. McKenzie had the ball tipped away, had a nice move to kind of keep it in his possession. He seemed to think it was off of Medfield. But the
little out of
take
control.
over.
He's a little out of control coming up the court there.
Diaz with it. Now Marie takes the deep 3. Nothing there. Hit the backboard. And Brendan Kelly grabs the loose ball. Now McKenzie open for the lane. He's going to take it. Oh! And a tough foul there from Marie.
That was a scary moment there. A pretty violent, kind of got yanked to the ground. If that was an NBA, that could have been at least reviewed for a flagrant 1 or something, but McKenzie.
That's actually 4 fouls on Marie. McKenzie 1 of 2 from the line. He doesn't take much time at the stripe. Got off 2 shots very quickly, 1 of 2. And Dub steps up for the walk-up 3. No good. Ambersoni falls on it. And look, I have to imagine another jump ball coming. And this one should go to Hopkinton.
12-point lead now for the Hillers. Medfield, with 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter, really needs to tighten things up, or
pick up the pace.
They're going to get run out of time here.
Hopkinton looking to use as much time as they can. McKenzie drive, nice finish. The junior guard. I was going to say maybe you could split the game ball in half between him and Kelly because they've both played tremendous. Puvakad hit with the foul. That one really looked like he got all ball in that one, but a foul called, and I believe that's Puvakad's 4th.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot of contact there, but could have been a jump ball, as you said. Both teams in a double bonus at this point.
First free throw good for Dubs. And they have not updated the foul on Puvakad, but although I do believe it's his fourth, we'll let you know as soon as that.
I think you're right.
Dubs no good on the second, and Puvakad with a nice rebound. And now Hopkinton's kryptonite, which has been those tough breaking the press, they get through it that time.
Good play by Sazitsky.
Now McKenzie taking over. He gets blocked, keeps it in bounds. Last-ditch effort, didn't know where to go with it, ends up throwing it back out of bounds.
At this point, with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game, 13-point lead, the Hillers want to use the clock to their advantage and just, no quick shots are necessary. Work the shot clock down to 5 seconds or thereabouts.
Great defense there from Ambersoni. Went straight up, did not get called for the foul, but then on the rebound, I believe Dubs hitting the noggin. He'll be shooting two.
Dubs had a nice game too, between Dubs and Williams. Very similar type players, both around 6'1", 6'2". In fact, a lot of the Medfield players are 6'1" or 6'2". They have a lot of
seem to be from the same mold.
Yeah, nice overall team. Maybe not having their best game as a team tonight, as they're down by 11.
Hopkinton able to break that press. Ambersoni in trouble, finds help. Again, milking that shot clock. Sazitsky, a lot of errant passes coming from Hopkinton, but luckily able to keep it. McKenzie saving the possession. Draws the foul.
It's like a two-shot foul with a double bonus. Could take forever to get through this game here with both teams in double bonus, but we're here because we're so dedicated.
Of course, we're here. We're here for the next couple hours because we're double booked.
Yeah, we're still rooting for the Heat to go on.
First free throw for McKenzie is good. 60-48 lead. 3:01 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Both teams in double bonus as McKenzie knocks down the second.
Yeah, he's had a nice night offensively. McKenzie has.
Williams driving, great defense.
Tough shot.
But the ball just manages to roll in for Medfield. Great pass. Kelly can't hit the fast layup. Just a bit too strong as Ambersoni hit him with a great pass. Ambersoni again playing great straight-up defense on Williams, who's trying to force the issue. Jump shot off the glass, no good. Kelly with the board. Now the ball in the hands of Hopkinton's best ball handler, McKenzie.
Kind of a late foul.
Or he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, I see. Yeah, must have.
There we go, yep. I was going to say, I don't know why Coach Keene would be calling a timeout there, but that's because he didn't call it.
Medfield down by 11, 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes left. They're going to need to get a couple quick hoops if they want to have any chance of.
Lowell baseline jumper, no good. McKenzie with the board, but a foul called on the floor. Looks like this is going against Hopkinton. And Dubs, the senior captain, will be shooting two more with Hopkinton up 11.
Puvakad back in for Ionelli. Offense, defense, maybe. Ionelli's played tough game on the defensive end tonight, and Puvakad shooting the lights out on a couple of occasions. Must have about 10 or 12 points.
And there, Coach Keene calls the timeout after Dubs hits 1 of 2 from the line. 61-51 lead for Hopkinton with the final 2 minutes still remaining. But avoiding any type of catastrophe, it looks like the Hillers should exit this game with the victory. Again, still 2 minutes left, 10-point lead, not insurmountable by any means, but again, it looks like Hopkinton is doing just enough to stay out in front.
Yeah, they're well positioned, like you say, but you know, there's still time and there's a lot of free throws. If there's quick fouls and the Hillers don't hit theirs and Medfield hits theirs, and you know, you never know what could happen. But certainly comfortable could be at this stage of the game, and then we'll have to have a break in between this game and the girls' game.
Right.
Regularly scheduled game at 6:30, which I've lost track of time. I don't know if we're on schedule or not.
6:43 right now.
Yeah, so we're
6:40.
We're way behind schedule there. I'm going to have to reassess my plans for this evening, Tim. I'm supposed to meet some friends at 8:15, but I think they're going to have to just wait.
Hey, with a local star like yourself, local, who am I kidding? With a national star like yourself, I mean, hey, you know, sometimes things happen.
I don't know if I think you're embellishing it just a bit, but I appreciate
Come on
that.
now. Ambersoni gets the pass inside.
Easy. Dribbling
into some trouble, taken away by Marie. No travel called when he was on the ground there, and now Stephen Williams gets the quick bucket and a timeout called for Medfield. Just like that, back down to an 8-point deficit.
Yeah, so Ambersoni, as a sophomore guard, nice player, but you got to take care of the ball in that situation. And unfortunately for the Hillers, he dribbled himself into a situation where he got double teamed and he couldn't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Medfield took advantage of that, and that couldn't have gone any better for them.
Right.
Only 10 seconds off the clock, they get a hoop, they call a timeout.
Have a chance to set up their press again.
Yep. So they need to just, nobody panic here and get their, just take care of the ball in this situation and let Medfield foul them is kind of the better strategy. But again, Ambersoni got himself in a situation, couldn't really get out of it. And Medfield's still kind of hanging around here. There's definitely time.
Yep. McKenzie will inbound now for Hopkinton. Medfield coming out in the full press. A deep pass to Sazitsky. Taking it all the way. Gets the foul. And one. You heard it here from Steve Spector first. Zach Sazitsky getting the and one. Big bucket there for Hopkinton.
Well, it was a beautiful, touchdown pass. Certainly McKenzie with the Tom Brady-like pass and a beautiful finish by Zach. See if he can finish the natural three-pointer.
Does not get the free throw to fall. Now Medfield on the break, looking to score quickly. Murray fires the quick three, no good. Rebound, shot up, no good. Another rebound. This one, foul called before Lowell hit the ground, and he will be shooting 2 free throws.
Kelly is third. Still 10-point lead, minute and a half to go here. I thought the uniforms for Medfield were a little bright, but this guy's sneakers are even brighter than uniforms. Look at the aqua blue going there to sync up with the Carolina blue.
Yep, for Lowell there.
Not a really good look. That was almost a travel there. I think.
Yeah, it looked like he got away with one there.
Sure.
Good for Hopkinton as now McKenzie picks up the foul. And Hopkinton will have a chance to go up by double digits once again.
It's kind of unfair to pick on kids' sneakers here, but I'm just trying to keep things moving. And it's very cold in the building.
It's slowing down with these fouls. McKenzie's first is good. 64-54 lead now for Hopkinton. Again, 1:26 here left in what should be the final quarter. McKenzie good from the line. And looks like Jack Breslin got a bit confused, thought it was a timeout, went to congratulate his players. Just a sub.
Love the enthusiasm, though.
Maybe he's a bit cold, too, trying to shake off those cobwebs.
It's got to be cold down there. I mean,
we can see the Medfield girls here. They all look like they're huddled together.
I can see my breath up here. Yeah, they're all. It's certainly interesting night.
Williams' shot just a bit short, grabbed by Sazitsky.
Easy, Zach. There you go.
And now Hopkinton really using all that clock.
Yeah, playing keep away, that's what you want to do here. Work the clock.
Especially in the hands of McKenzie. He has been solid all day. Ambersoni for an open layup. He turns it up. Still got 5 more seconds left. Puvakad fires the 3. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Ooh. Looked like it last one off of Stephen Williams. However, awarded to Medfield, and now Williams will bring it up. 45 seconds left, down 11. Corner 3-point shot from William Graziano. He knocks it down, but it looks like Medfield has waved the white flag, so to speak, as far as pressing. And now Hopkinton will look to play keep away for these final 20 seconds of the shot clock. 5 seconds separating the clock, shot clock and the game clock. And Hopkinton should go to 3-5 overall, 3-3 in the TVL. Steve, a big win like you're talking about puts them right in the thick of that race for the highly contested TVL.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a shot clock violation, but that's just good sportsmanship on the Hillers' part. No need to launch any more shots here. Medfield looking to not even going to take a shot to finish the game off, but really great job by the Hillers. A must win, as we said earlier, and they got it. Played through the elements of the lack of heat, but they were hard enough to score,
get the victory,
get
right?
a nice 8-point victory, 65-57 Hillers, and we're only halfway through the evening here. We got the girls coming up in a few minutes.
Once again, the Hiller boys improved to 3-5 overall, 3-3 in the TVL, and their next game will be on Friday, January 12th here in Hopkinton when they host Bellingham, again on Friday at 6:30 p.m. And we just want to give a quick shout out to our crew again who will be joining us for the second half of this doubleheader. Bob Hamilton, Denise Antaki, Mary Arnott, John Ritz, and Samantha Dings. Thank you guys for helping us out, and hopefully we'll see everybody here for the second part of this doubleheader when the girls take on Medfield.